Well, good morning.
Good morning.
And it's a bit of a fresh one this morning. We've had to leave late because it was just too treacherous earlier on.
Yeah.
And even now some of the roads are not good. We've headed into the Newark area. They're going to have some nice Christmas lights up. It's market day, so we thought we'd just have a short ride. And one or two people have asked for carols from Wendy. My message to you is, please stop. Last week we didn't go at all.
I'll hold them for you, and HSBC on end.
I love all the little boutiques they have in Newark.
Oh, what, sorry?
I like all the boutiques they've
Yes.
got in Newark.
Yeah. Well, and the nice restaurants and
Yeah.
coffee shops. They obviously knew we were coming.
Wow, that river's high.
It is, isn't it?
Goodness me, it's right next to the path
And it's
there.
really, really flowing fast.
Oh,
Well, the Christmas decorations in Newark were underwhelming, but as Wendy says, it is daytime, so the lights won't be on. We stopped here at Newark Castle, and you'd have seen Newark Castle on my videos plenty of times, but as you can see here, there's only the wall really, there's nothing on the inside.
no.
But it's a magnificent building standing next to the river as it is. And Newark Castle's very famous. This is the place where bad King John died. Now apparently he had a surfeit of peaches, he ate too many peaches, and that's what killed him. But
The moral is.
yeah, the truth is more likely that he'd stayed the night before at an abbey, and the monks hated him just as much as anyone else. And the suggestion is there may have been some poison involved. But either way, it was good riddance to King John. You can see there's some major flooding going on around here. The pub's got its sandbags up. It's been an interesting morning riding over to Newark because we had Obviously the ice, we were having to be very, very careful, but also we had one of the closest passes we've had in a long, long time. It was ridiculously close. Obviously I can't show you that because I'm going to report that to the Notts Police, and obviously once that's cleared the process of prosecution, then I will show it. See over to the right where the River Trent has flooded. We're just passing through the village of East Stoke, and East Stoke is famous because this is where the Battle of Stoke Field took place, and it was the final battle of the War of the Roses. There are lots of tracks around East Stoke, various boards giving information about the battle, so come the better weather, when it's a bit drier, we'll certainly be having a look around there, won't we?
Hello, hello, hi. Off swimming. It's okay.
Well, that was a quick look around Newark. Obviously it's going to be a lot prettier at night when the lights are on.
Yeah, definitely.
We stopped for lunch at the
Hardy's
farm shop. Really, really busy. Lots of Christmas parties and things going on. But we got served really quickly, didn't we?
Very quickly indeed, yeah, really impressed.
Wendy went for soup today.
Tomato and lentil
Tomato and lentil, and the bowl was big enough that she could have had a swim in it.
It was huge.
So they certainly don't shy away on their portions.
I wish I brought a flask with me.
The temperature rose to about 2 degrees C, but now it's back to 0, so we're going to have to watch ourselves on these roads. There's still a bit of ice in places.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's the sort of thing where you can find yourself lulled into a false sense of security, and you suddenly come across a sheltered part and
yeah,
it's covered in ice. And of course the worst thing you can do is brake.
Yeah, you can't help but being tense, can you? You can't, and you need to relax.
You spend more time looking down than you do around. I'm going to try and do as many videos as I can over the Christmas period. It's difficult in these conditions because obviously the days are shorter, and they're even shorter when we have to avoid ice and so on. So please bear with us and understand.
It can only get better.
Yeah.
Things can only get better.
Finished?
Yeah.
You don't know the second line, do you? It's for anything.
No.
How are you with Christmas carols anyway? Because you've had requests.
I'm good at the first lines.
Some nice hedge laying here, look. I did a course, I learnt how to do that. And I did it to our hedge in France. And the French farmers were really, really baffled. They saw this mad Englishman killing the hedge. And of course, next spring, when it all sprang into life and thickened up, one of them told me he thought it was ingenious.
What do they do in France? That's got me thinking.
Just stick an electric fence up, I think. My course was at Rutland Water, and it was the Wildlife Trust. So we were not allowed to use a chainsaw. It all had to be done by hand. But sod that. Everything after that was done with a chainsaw. It's quite physical.
Yeah, they do look beautiful though, don't they?
They do. Well, and they're practical.
Yeah.
Can you see on the left, look, that was done. You can see the binding still, look.
Yeah.
You see how thick that is?
It doesn't take long, does it, to all thicken up?
So as I say, it's going to be difficult to make videos ever so interesting at this time of year, but I'll do my best. So hopefully you'll still continue to watch.
You could do some extra ones, how to fit ice skates and
How
to fit ice skates and skis and inflatables.
Have you ever skied?
Yeah, on snow. Yeah.
Enjoy it?
It was okay. I don't think it was my favourite sport.
No.
Didn't mind the mulled wine.
Well, I just found it extremely scary.
Yeah.
And quite uncomfortable.
I'm sure you get used to it. It's a bit like anything, isn't it? I don't think I got much beyond snowplough.
I know a lot of you will ride indoors at this time of year, and I think you're using either Ruvi or Zwift. Neither of us do it. It's from my point of view, it just doesn't appeal to me at all. Just grinding away there.
No, for me it's being out in the fresh air is the thing which gives me the relaxation and the smile on my face. It's just doesn't do it indoors.
We haven't ridden for quite a few days because of the weather.
No.
And we really needed this today for our mental well-being, frankly.
Definitely.
Wendy and I had a close pass, what was it, a week ago, Saturday, wasn't it?
Yeah.
From a van. And even though I'm using this Chilitech camera, which picks up most things, only one frame allowed me to get a partial number plate on the van. And it's a little odd because every other car, the number plate was absolutely fine. This particular one, the sun reflected off it. And I'm wondering if it was some sort of plate that was designed to foil speed cameras. So in other words, you know, when they flash, it probably reflects back.
I didn't know that sort of thing existed, but
anyway, I sent it to Notts Police, and surprisingly I got an email from a PC asking me if I'd got any better footage because the upload wasn't that clear. Obviously I knew it was because the plate was difficult to see. So I found the one frame where there was a partial plate, sent it to them and said, look, this is all I've got. I appreciate that it's probably not good enough, so I'll withdraw the complaint. But this constable came back to me and said, no, don't do that, we'll try and work on it, because this image you've sent is a lot better than one we had. Now, frankly, I couldn't see how they could do it, but somehow they did, and they've now written to tell me that they are proceeding with the prosecution. Now, Notts Police were the ones that I made an official complaint against. I'd reported 2 incidents which were totally ignored. I then wrote to the Chief Constable to complain. He didn't reply, so I made it an official complaint. And of course the bloom went up. Various people spoke to me and assured me that things would change. And I have to say they've totally changed. And most people that I hear from are saying how excellent Notts Police are. So kudos to them. I'm also going to be keeping them busy. They're going to get 2 more reports from today.
that little red car today was ridiculous.
That was unbelievable, wasn't it?
We haven't had one that close for a long time.
No. Well, the problem was they were trying to squeeze through with a car coming the other way.
Lorry, wasn't it? Lorry.
It was a lorry, was it?
Yeah.
And this is the reason why it's much more sensible to ride in the middle of the lane.
Yeah.
Just to stop that sort of thing happening. But of course you do that and then you get all sorts of aggravation from drivers.
You're in the middle of the road. No, we're in the middle of our lane.
Quite. We're nearing the end of Wendy's
short
time.
ride, yeah, short ride. But,
it's a shorter one
still
today
good.
because short days and lots of ice around, so
Yeah.
got to be very, very careful.
So touch wood, so long as I get back safe.
Yeah,
That's all which counts.
we're hoping to get one more ride in, so we might get some Christmas carols out of you next week then, because it'll be closer to Christmas.
I'll have to practice them.
Yeah, try and learn some extra lines. You know, just even 2 lines would be good. Well, we're clear across the crossing because a train has just passed.
Bit icy around here.
Yeah, could be icy on the rails as well.
Yeah.
Probably the wrong kind of ice.
Just going slowly.
Yeah.
With the ice, you just don't know where you're going to get it, do you?
No.
You can't see it easily.
And I mean, to some extent, it makes much more sense to cycle indoors in this weather.
Yes.
But yeah, just can't quite.
Oh, I quite like getting wrapped up and warm, and I'm boiling hot. Still a layer too many.
I quite enjoy my little jaunts along the canal because you get to talk to loads of people on the way, and it's just very pleasant. Right, here we are back.
Bottersford.
Your village in Bottersford, so I shall say goodbye to you.
Okay.
And hopefully see you next time. Bye.
Bye. Merry Christmas. Just in case.
I left the camera running there just so you could see the problems that we have crossing the A52 at that point. Now this is NCN 15, it's part of the Sustrans network, but Sustrans don't actually have that part noted as part of the network purely because of that dangerous crossing. Now in my role as the local Cycling UK advocate and Wendy's role leading the Bottersford Active Travel campaign, we've been campaigning to have a crossing there, and that's going to be a walking and cycling crossing. Now it's all very well a cyclist being inconvenienced for a few minutes, doesn't really matter, not in any great hurry, but what you should know is that the village up here, Musson, quite a number of children have to walk to school and cross that road twice a day. Now for the parents walking with them, it's 4 times a day, and frankly it's quite dangerous. It's a fast stretch of road. So we've been speaking with National Highways, and I have news, and that is that the bridge has been approved, it's been planned, it's been surveyed, and the landowners either side consulted. We've had a meeting with the local parish council, so it's all good news, except for the fact that there's no money. Surprise, surprise. Now they're saying that it could be 2030 before there's money to do it. Obviously that's not going to help the children that have to travel to school every day. So the fight goes on. We know that it's approved, but we have to work to bring it forward. and we'll be lobbying the MPs and so on to try and get it brought forward. My attitude to this kind of thing is that we can either sit back and moan about it, or we can get up and do something about it. It's no good letting it happen, you've got to make it happen. I need to be extremely careful up here because this morning it was just like a sheet of ice, and it's started to freeze again, so I'm not sure this will have eased much. So I might actually get off and walk if it's a bit iffy. What's the matter? Does nobody want to talk to you? You're on your own? So not only are we getting fly tipping on the side of the road, people are throwing it over this bridge into the canal. Unbelievable. Look at it all down here. Well, there's my village in sight, so I'm nearly home. Going to be about just over 43 miles today, I would think. Just after I showed you that fly tipping on the canal, which turned out to be probably about 8 or 9 bags that somebody had thrown over, a chap called Andy came up behind me on his bike. Not met him before, but he's going to have the best commute in the country, I would think. Andy lives in Grantham but works up at the castle, so he has 7 miles each way commute, most of it along the canal towpath. That's got to be idyllic. So as I end this ride, just as darkness is coming, I'll say goodbye to you, and hopefully we're going to get another one in before Christmas. So I hope you join me then. Bye for now.